What is going on, guys? Noki here, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about Nzxt's brand new starter PC series that they released. They did release 3 different ones. Most people are going to be intrigued to buy the cheapest one, which is the $699, because they see gaming PC and a cheap price, and they automatically want it, because why wouldn't you? So they released the starter for $699, the starter plus for $899, and the starter pro for $999. We're only going to be talking about the starter PC because, as I said, it's going to be the one that most people will want to buy. So if we look at the specs, it actually tells you what FPS you're going to be getting on each game, or at least these 3 if you do decide to go for this. You do have the Intel Core i3-9100F, the MSI GeForce GTX 1650. It is overclockable, but not a lot of people overclock their GPUs. You do have XPG Gamix 8GB of RAM, which is single channel clocked at 3000 megahertz. Comes with a 512 gig M.2 SSD, a D-Cool Gamix CPU cooler, so it's nice that it's not a stock cooler or anything like that. Then again, the 9100F doesn't even come with a stock cooler. You do have your EVGA 450 watt bronze power supply, your MSI Wi-Fi card, which a lot of people won't care about because most of you guys will be hardwired anyway. Copy of Windows 10 Home, and a 2-year warranty. So for all of this, Nzxt is charging a total of $699. Now, I already did the final checkout with taxes and any other fees that they might include, even though they're not listed. It comes out to a total of $809. So $809 is the total amount you're going to be paying for all these. Now, if we head over to PC Part Picker, we do have everything that was included in the PC bundle that they showed here listed. The only thing I wasn't able to find was the single channel 8 gig memory. So I gave them the benefit of the doubt and I threw in 16 gigs, same clock speed. Everything is pretty much the same. It's only dual channel in this case, so again, it's going to be more beneficial, giving them the benefit of the doubt here. But even after we add all this on there and we scroll down, we'll notice that the total price is $658.71. Now obviously the $658 isn't including tax or anything like that, but even if we did include the tax, which is going to be the 9.3%, it's going to be an extra $61, so we'll just add the $658 on top of that, and it's coming out to $719. So a $719 to an $809 difference. So we're going to do the math there. $809 minus $719. Let's see how much more they're going to be charging in this case. So they are charging pretty much an extra $100 for the build itself. I can only assume that this is going to be for any type of labor charge that they might have or anything like that. I'm not 100% sure. But either way, you are spending an extra $100 compared to how much it would cost for you to build the PC yourself. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the specs really quick on this. It does come with a 9100F, which is a fairly decent processor if you're looking for a budget build. Only thing that I don't recommend with this processor streaming, because you're not going to be able to. It just doesn't have enough cores to do it. You want to have at least a minimum of 6 cores. So if anything, at most with the 9100F, the best you'll be able to do is gaming and maybe some video rendering, but again, it's going to be pretty limited. I did use the 9100F before, and I can 100% guarantee you that you will see some stutters if you do play games like Fortnite or Warzone. Frames will be somewhat high if you drop down the settings to low, but again, you will see those stutters 100%. That's why I actually upgraded out of that processor. So that's going to be the first thing I would recommend upgrading. Not the best. Again, we gave them the benefit of the doubt. So originally it did come with 8 gigs of single channel memories, but we did throw in 16 gigs of dual, which is going to be a plus on this end. The last thing I'll probably recommend upgrading is the power supply from a 450 watt to about a 500 to 600 watt. I know 450 watts does seem like a lot, but if you do plan on upgrading your graphics card later on down the line, or your CPU, it is going to consume more wattage, and that's something you do have to take into account. Let me tell you, it is a pretty big hassle when you do have to take out your current power supply to plug in your new one and rework all the cable management. So I would honestly right off the bat just say get the best option you can for the. So for $699 or pretty much $809 that they're charging you, you would be spending an extra $100 more than if you were to build it yourself, guys. Honestly, I would definitely recommend just building it yourself and going that route. If you even did decide to do that, like I said, you can take that extra $100 that you would be giving them extra and just upgrade some of your parts. So if you wanted to go ahead and upgrade your processor, you can actually get a i5-9400F for about $140, $150, which would only be about $80 more than what you would be spending. And even then, like I said, that would still be under the $100 budget that you'd be going over if you went with Nzxt. And that would be a huge, huge upgrade as well, too. And at that point, you'll even be able to stream while you game. So just keep that in mind. If you didn't want to upgrade that, you can always upgrade the power supply. I think for 500 watts, just like an extra $10. So you can always do that, too. Or you can even go for the GPU if you really wanted to. If you plan on streaming, I would probably do the CPU because GPU is going to be just fine. But if you did want to do the GPU and you're not going to really be doing much streaming, you can do the GPU, and you can probably get, for another $100, you can get a 1660. I don't know if it'll be a TI, but it'll be a 1666 gigabyte card instead of the 1654 gigabyte. So just keep that in mind. I don't recommend the Nzxt starter PC, in my opinion at least. It's not something I would buy. Those are pretty much my overall thoughts. You should definitely just go ahead and build it yourself. It definitely is worth the $100 to just watch that 2-hour YouTube video, maybe even less, to be honest. That's what I did when I first built a PC, and just get the steps to build it yourself. Again, get the extra $100 and use it towards better parts, or even pocket it, whichever you prefer. The only reason I can justify people actually paying the $809 for this specific build is because of the $62 monthly payments that you will be able to do. So that's something pretty cool. I mean, I guess if you're kind of on a budget or you don't have the full cash to spend, you can obviously finance this for $62 a month, maybe a little more, with the $809 totaling out instead of $699. But that is going to be pretty much the only reason I can justify you getting this build. Other than that, I would definitely, just like I said, build it yourself. You'll be getting better parts, and you'll also be getting the experience on building the PC. So if you do want to upgrade things later on down the line, you already know how to do that. And honestly, it's not that hard. The hardest thing, if anything, is the cable management. That's why I always recommend getting a super convenient case like the Nzxt H510. That's actually a great one. It's one of the easiest ones to build, in my opinion. But yeah, those are going to be my overall thoughts. Don't buy this PC, just build it yourself. It's going to save you $100. You'll be able to get a better CPU if you want, a better power supply, or a better GPU if you want to upgrade that. One last thing to keep in mind, you won't be able to stream with this PC, guys. I don't think they stated on here. I think they just market it as a gaming PC, but that's something a lot of people are going to want to do. That's one of the top things people want to do when they do get a gaming PC to stream. Keep that in mind. With the 9100F, you just don't have enough cores to stream, so you won't be able to do that. And even if you start gaming and you start opening up a couple Google Chrome tabs on the side, you are going to notice some hiccups too along the way. So super limited PC. I don't recommend getting it, as I said. Then again, that's going to be up to you. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any other questions or any other PCs you want me to review, be sure to leave them down in the description. Throw them in the, I'm sorry, not the description. Throw them in the comment section. Drop a like, and if you want me to review anything else, just go ahead and recommend it as well in the comment section. I'll pretty much do a review for anything that's computer related, whether it's keyboard, mice. I usually do budget friendly versions of those, since not a lot of people have a lot of money to splurge on those kind of things. Just go ahead and leave those in the comments. And I also will be doing PC components too, so if it's like a budget friendly CPU, cooler, graphics card, all that, leave it on there and I'll drop a review on it. Just let me know, guys. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and peace.